Hey, hi guys. We'll just wait for a couple of more minutes for other people to join, okay, and then we'll start. Okay. Okay, let's start. Now, let's start with the quick introduction, okay, about what is Place all about. Place is we are an online coaching institute with the following services. Okay, we provide aptitude coaching for SBI PO, IBPS, RRP, UPSC, MBA, and college placements. We also provide interview coaching and resume preparation as well. Okay. Now, all the coaching will be given by the IM alumni, and coaching will be given in English and Tamil as well in both the languages. And so far, we have trained and placed over 1,000 plus candidates. So, if you guys want to avail any of these services, you can WhatsApp us at 79758 and 1857. This is our number. Okay. So, in this session, we'll be looking at the tips and tricks to crack the SBA PO. Okay. So SBA PO. Specifically, prelims we'll be looking at. Okay, the focus will be on prelims only. Exam pattern for prelims only. Let's cover. Mains we'll do it in a separate session. Okay, and let's look at the cutoff for the prelims examination, and then the tips and tricks to prepare for this. Okay. For SBA PO prelims, there are three main sections: English language, quantitative aptitude, and reasoning ability. And there are three buckets of questions that is asked. English is 40 questions will be asked, quantitative will be 30 questions, and reasoning ability will be 30. Okay, and total is 400. And this year they've increased the English section language to 40 marks. So the weightage will be higher. So I am expecting the cutoff to be overall on the upper side of it. Okay. Now let's look at the next section, just penalty for wrongness. So one-fourth of the marks assigned to that question will be deducted as a penalty to arrive at the corrected score. If the question is left blank, no answer, that is, if no answer is marked by the candidate, there won't be any penalty. So you have to be you have to be like very careful in choosing the type of questions that you want to attend. Okay. Now, so wherever you guys feel have any doubts or issues, please put it in the chat. Okay. Now let's look at the next section. What are the cutoffs? This is the very important section. What is the cutoff for the SBA PO prelims for 2023? Okay, below was the cutoff released by SBI. General category out of 100, 9.25 is the cutoff. Scheduled caste is 53, scheduled tribe is 47.5, and OBC is 59.25, and economically weaker section 59.25. So out of 100, you need to score 59.25 to go to the next stage. That is the main examination. Okay. So now let's look at in this session how to crack, how to get at least 60 marks. That is our goal, right? If you get 60 marks, then you can go to the main. So let's look at this. Okay. So in English section, English language, this year they have increased it to 40 questions. Okay, from 30. Okay. Now, English, if you look at it, there are multiple types of questions that is asked, but I've listed down the critical type of question that is asked. Okay, connecting phrases. Okay. So usually there is a question that is given. Which question will come um, before there will be multiple sentences given in a question. You need to connect the phrases to put them in logical order. Okay, that is a connecting phrase. So question 2 marks. Usually two questions come under this type of question. Okay, and then jumble the words. Usually typically 8 marks will be on jumble the words. They would have given the sentence. You need to rearrange. Okay, the jumbled words will be given or jumbled sentences. Rearranging sequence is also given here. That is again 2 mark. The ones that are marked in dark blue, okay, they are easy scoring and on a year over year basis, same set of questions are asked. So you should definitely, if there are these are the type of questions that comes under English language. Since negative marking is involved, start with jumbled words first. Okay, it's very high scoring. You will get a moral boost the moment you start. Start to jumble the words. It's easy to score. You'll get that boost. That, yeah, yes, I am also. I have completed so many questions within the first few minutes of exam getting started. Okay, so start with jumble the words number one. Okay, and grammatically correct sentence will be given, but don't try this. Okay, if it is a simple question, fine. But usually people make a lot of mistakes here which will result in negative marking. Don't try the grammatically correct question, but instead start with synonyms and antonyms, which is very easy. Usually 4 marks will be around synonyms and antonyms. Okay. So synonyms and antonyms, how do you handle these type of questions, right? So usually you have to eliminate the wrong option. Okay. So eliminate the wrong ones to arrive at the answer. So synonyms and antonyms, it's very easy to score. There are 4 options. You just need to eliminate. You need to figure out what is the odd man out to figure out whether it is a synonym or an antonym. They would have given a word, and from the option you need to choose this similar synonym or antonym. So if you figure out the odd man out, that is your answer. You should pick this up second. An appropriate word or fill in the blanks. This you should you should attempt this as the third question. Okay, appropriate word. Usually there will be a blank that is given in the sentence, and there will be few options. 4 options will be given. You have to choose which option is better. Okay, by reading the question, you will figure out what is the equivalent word to fill in. Okay, so it's pretty easy to score. And rearranging the sequence, like I mentioned, jumble the sentence. It is also pretty easy. You can start with the score and go to reading comprehension at the last. That should be the fifth part that you should catch, not first. Because reading comprehension, there will be a paragraph, big paragraph given. The moment you read this, right, it's going to take you at least 5 minutes or so, right? So read this at the last, and there are certain tips and tricks to solve this as well. You don't have to read the paragraph first. You can first go through the question and then read the paragraph to answer simple questions. Okay. Again, reading comprehension will be pretty straightforward. You should read this. You should attempt this at the last, so that the goal should be overall from this section. You should score 20 out of 40. Just 50%. That is more than enough. 20 questions you should attempt, but it should be short. Every question that you're attempting should be like 100% accurate. 20% is the minimum that you should get. That is our goal. Okay. Now, now let's look at the crash course. We have recently launched the SBI PO Prelims Crash Course. So whatever tips and strategies that I'm telling it in this particular video, right? We have curated a unique set of courses, highly focused courses where we'll be explaining the concepts. Okay, and then we will be solving previous year questions, and we will be giving plenty of practice question and answer as well. Practice question with answers. Okay. So for a limited period of time, we are launching it for 999 only. I will also show you a preview of the crash course in this video itself. So hang on. So what you'll be getting is master SBIPO's most important topics in just 24 hours with expert video lessons. High scoring strategies will explain you. There is also an instant mentor support. If you have any doubts, you can WhatsApp us and immediately it will be resolved. And this is our highlight actually. We'll be providing unlimited practice questions with answers. This no one else gives in India. Okay. If you feel, sir, I want more questions in time and work, time and distance, reading comprehension, you can what already the course has multiple practice questions and answers. Over and above that, if you feel I want more questions with answers, we'll give you answers as well, detailed answers. It's unlimited. So you should keep this in mind. All for what? 999 only. Okay. But if you say, no, I don't want the video lessons, I just want the notes. You can also WhatsApp us. We'll give you only the notes, tips and tricks notes along with practice questions and answers for 499 only. Again, this also includes unlimited practice question and answer. Okay. So you can WhatsApp us at 79758 to get to purchase the course. Okay. I think you're facing some difficulties. Let me load this at the end. Okay. Now let's go to the next part. Okay. Now the syllabus for prelims exam, the reasoning ability. Let's look at that. So the reasoning section, 30 questions will be asked. Okay. Now I've listed down the critical components that are asked in the reasoning section. Okay. The first one is the data interpretation. Okay. So data interpretation is typically 10 questions are asked. Okay. It's a very easy scoring section. So whenever they're asking reasoning topic, always pick up the data interpretation first. And the precursor for data interpretation is if you know the quants very well. If you know the quants very well, then cracking the data interpretation is very, very easy. Okay. So data interpretation, you can pick this up. You should pick this up first. Okay. And then there are multiple logical deduction based questions will be asked on a year over year basis. That changes from year to year. So you don't know, you cannot predict what type of questions will be asked. That is why I'm marked it in black. So the ones that are in blue, you should focus on it. You're going to get 10 marks here. Okay. And relationship based questions usually let's say who is the mother of there will be like 4 or 5 characters given in the question, and they will say character A is the father of character B, and character C is the mother of character D, something like that. So relationship based questions will be asked, which is also pretty easy scoring. You should pick this up at second. And inference based questions, basis a certain bunch of paragraph, they would be asked you to deduct, which we cannot predict for sure. So and the weightage is also pretty less. So don't try this. So next one is arrangement based question. Okay. So usually there'll be like one, two, three floor fours are there. A is in first floor, B is in second floor, something like that. So who is in the second floor? Something. So there'll be a bunch of statements based which they will ask you to predict. They will ask you to deduce where the characters are. So arrangement based questions are very easy to solve. We'll pick this up in third. And the next one is the syllogisms. Okay. This is rarely asked. In 2023, they have asked, but if they ask, you should definitely pick this up. Okay. Only 2 questions will be asked. Very easy to solve because this can be instantly solved by drawing Venn diagram. Okay. So syllogism based question. And at last, you have the coding and decoding. Okay. And what I have noticed is in multiple prelims, same types of questions are asked. For example, let's say mango, banana is coded as ARBR, they would have given. And then second sentence also, there would be some mango or some other fruit. But there will be a common word that is given, using which we will know the common word is mango, something like that. So coding and decoding, same set of questions are being asked actually. And the weightage is also high. 4 questions are asked. Okay. So if you attend these things, data interpretation 10 marks, relationship based question is 4, and then logical is 4, 18, 18 plus 4, 22. So in this section, you will be getting 22. Pretty easy to score. And in English, we have scored 20. Here it is 22. So 42 we have scored. Okay. So keep this in mind. So you should pick up these topics first. Don't try anything else. Okay. Because it's very difficult. The rest of the things you cannot predict, but these things you can be a sure shot victory. Okay. Now let's look at the next question. That is the prelims exam for quantitative aptitude. So quantitative aptitude, there are so many things that they ask year over year, but there are certain topics that they ask every year, again and again, again and again. Okay, missing term. Okay, they would have asked 2, 5, 10. Okay, 15. What is the next word? Okay, it is pretty easy to solve. It's not very difficult to because there is a bunch of pattern. Right, these are pattern based questions. No, okay. These patterns you guys should, it's pretty easy to solve because once you solve it right, there'll be like 4 or 5 questions of similar types they would have given. Okay, so you should pick this up first. Okay, and then inequalities. Okay, inequality is very, very easy. They would have given some x squared plus 5x plus 15 is equal to 0. The next one is x squared plus minus 2x plus 6x is equal to 0. Based on the next one, it will be in terms of y. Okay, so what is the relationship between x and y they would have given? If you solve these questions, it's pretty easy to solve this as well. And same type of questions are asked in SBIPO. Okay, so you should do this. And time and work, these are standard questions for any aptitude. Okay, and pretty basic questions are asked. Okay, again, you'll be getting 1 mark here. You should try this next. Okay, and then in terms of weightage, profit and loss is very important. Okay, areas and volumes are also easy, but profit and loss, mostly more questions are asked. because it's a banking sector exam. So you are expected to know what is a profit, what is a loss. Okay, and similarly, what is a simple and compound interest for banking question? These are very very important. You should pick this up next. Okay, and then allegations and mixes. Okay, water is mixed with milk. Okay, in the ratio of 1:2. So those kinds of questions they will ask. Okay, I have seen multiple questions here. Time and distance very important. Averages and the ratios and proportions. They may not be asked directly. These are basic fundamentals in aptitude that they would ask in reasoning as well. Reasoning, quant, everything. So you should understand. Usually some questions are directly asked as well. So this is very, very important. These are the basic fundamentals that you should learn. Okay. So using in this topic, you can easily score 20 plus. If you focus on these topics alone, you don't have to focus on any other aptitude, just these topics alone. So totally how much we got? 62 we got, right? 20 in the English section, 22 in the reasoning, and then this 20. 62 marks. So we have met the cutoff very easily. Okay. So what are the tips and tricks? So the first tip is you should buy the our course. We have curated highly focused crash course focusing on key concepts along with practice question and answers. Okay, if you read this, it is more than sufficient to cover the SBI PO prelims. IBPS exams also you can crack it. SBI clerk also you can crack. Every exam you can crack with this course. Okay, and you should watch YouTube channel videos of plays and live sessions. And we have a dedicated WhatsApp group as well. The link I've given in the description. You can join that WhatsApp group. It's free. You can ask all your doubts. Okay, our mentors will clarify the doubts. Okay, if you have any support, WhatsApp at this number 7878 The next one is understand the basics. Okay, so don't mug up the question. Use place WhatsApp group for getting your doubts clarified. Keep a formula sheet handy. Common ones includes simple and compound interest, speed, distance, and time, permutations, and combination, profit and loss. So keep the formulas handy so that you can quickly solve it and answer the question. You're absolutely sure. Avoid the negative marking. This is where most people get it right. They keep touching every question, and ultimately they end with negative marking, -2, -4. Overall, that is their score. That is why they don't crack the riddles. Okay. The next one is if you don't get the answer to a question within 5 minutes, move on to the next question. Don't get stuck on a single question. Okay. If the options are given, eliminate the wrong answers to arrive at the right answer. This is one of the highly anticipated tips. Okay. The next one is use approximations to quickly eliminate wrong options in the multiple choice question. You don't have to actually calculate 2.1234. No, you don't have to do all these calculations. If it is 2.1 or around 2, look at some options where the 2 is matching, then that is the answer. So use approximation. Final tip is practice, 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 practice to practice. Okay. Due to technical difficulties, I'm not able to add the preview of the crash course. If you guys want a free demo, WhatsApp us at this number. We'll give you the free demo. Okay, you can try it out before purchasing the course. Okay, thank you. If you guys have any doubts, please ask in the comments. I'll respond. Thank you. All the best.